them, and at the end of the day, they're going to become something non-existent, as if they never, ever existed. That's what Jehovah is saying to us. And that's why he says, don't be afraid. Don't lose courage. And Jehovah knows better than any of us that one person plus him always constitutes a majority. And he knows that, and he wants to protect us. So what have we proved today just talking in this talk right at this moment? Join with me to 2 Kings chapter 6. 2 Kings chapter 6. And before we look at this in 2 Kings chapter 6, I'd like to give you a quick background, a setting. The king of Syria is after Elijah. And what he wants is he wants to capture him. So he sends a heavy military force to a town called Dothan. The next morning, Elisha's servant gets up and he's walking out on the roof and he gets the shock of his life. He looks all around the city. War chariots, foot soldiers, horsemen surrounding the city. And he just yells out to his master. He says, "Alas, my master, what shall we do?" Friends, think in your mind. God's prophet walks out and calmly, with full conviction, says what we're going to read in verse 16. Join me. Verse 16. But he said, "Do not be afraid, for there are more who are with us than those who are with them." The servant might have lifted his head up again and looked around and said, "Where are they? I don't see them." And then what does Elisha do in verse 17? He says, "Then Elisha began to pray and say, O Jehovah, open his eyes, please, that he may see." Immediately Jehovah opened the attendant's eyes, and he saw, and look, the mountainous region was full of horses and war chariots of fire all around. Look at this, friend. One man. All around one man, one person, Elisha. One person. And Jehovah was there. Now, friends, we got to ask ourselves the question for ourselves. Am I the servant or am I Elisha? Which one am I? We can't expect Jehovah to enlighten us miraculously and let us see that vision. But you know what we do have, brothers and sisters? We have this book right here, full of visions that teach us that there are more with us than there are against us. We have conventions like this one. We have meetings. We have our privilege of serving in the ministry. All of those things tell us, don't be afraid. There are more with us than who are against us. The three comparisons we just made show that there definitely are more with us than against us. It also shows that those with us love us. They want to support us. They want to care for us. They want us to be courageous. And they want us to win the war of remaining loyal to our Heavenly Father, Jehovah. Those comparisons are priceless. Well, what awaits those who remain courageous? There's bountiful blessings for those of us who remain courageous. The first one is happiness. And that is so true. Do you know, when we maintain our godly courage, it brings us happiness. Think of the videos we saw at this convention. Each time a young person or an old person, someone going through trials, stood up and did the right thing and was courageous. What did it make them feel like? It made them happy. They trusted in Jehovah, and Jehovah came to their side. Jehovah wants us to do what? So that we can maintain our courage. Well, Jehovah says, I want you to refuse to compromise your integrity. The benefits when we refuse to compromise is our videos brought out. Clean consciences. And that strengthens our godly courage and makes us happy. We also maintain our godly courage by imitating the one who is perfect in courage. And that's our Heavenly Father, Jehovah. He's courageous in every way. Jehovah is true to himself. Jehovah God is honest about who he is. And he's not afraid to let other people know where he stands. That's who we want to imitate, friends.